How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Shifting Lanes. My name is Hanson. Very excited today because I'm sitting in front of the 2020 Hyundai Veloster N with the performance package. This is Road and Track's 2020 Performance Car of the Year, and this is all mine. 45 miles on the clock, still very new. Oh my God, it still has the plastic covering.
Shifting Lanes would like to thank this month's sponsor, Avalon King Armor Shield 9. Check the link in the description below to go to their website and see their ceramic coating next level product, Armor Shield 9. Use code SHIFT25 to receive $25 off your purchase of Armor Shield 9. We have this on our cars and it is an amazing product. Get yours today. Check the link in the description below or go to avalonking.com and use code SHIFT25.
So I'll do a more thorough review another time, but I figured for this video I'm just going to give you a quick tour of what this car is all about. I have done a review of this car about a year and a half ago, and that was done up in Bear Mountain, New York, where I drove this car for about 30 minutes and immediately fell in love. So if you're interested in watching that video, please click the link up here. But getting back to this car, 275 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque. This has the performance package. You could tell because this has the 19-inch wheels. It has the upgraded rotors, and it's also making 275 horsepower, and that's done via engine tuning. If you don't get the performance package, it bumps it down to 250 and 260 pound-feet of torque. Also, what's included in the performance package is an electronic LSD. Performance package is $2,100 on top of the $27,000 price tag of the Veloster N, and it is totally worth it because you get so much in that performance package. If you are thinking about buying a Veloster N, always get the performance package because it is such a better buy. This is a front-wheel drive car, which is okay. Some may say that that's the wrong wheel drive, but that's all right because front-wheel drive cars can be absolutely fun around the racetrack and also in the autocross. This one has a curb weight of over 3,000 pounds, and 3,000 pounds with 275 horsepower. I think that's a good power to weight ratio, so this is actually fairly quick. This does have a 6-speed manual transmission, and it's only available in a 6-speed manual transmission, so I applaud Hyundai for trying to save the manuals by making a car that's only available in that transmission. Of course, if you get the Veloster, the base Veloster, the non-N Velosters, you can get manual transmissions there as well, and also a dual clutch transmission. But those cars have a smaller engine, not making as much power, so those cars are really meant to kind of compete with the GTI. This one's really meant to compete with a Type R, although it's not as quick as a Type R or as precise as a Type R, but there's other ways that this car is better than the Civic Type R. I think this is a better daily driver. It's more comfortable to drive in. There's different drive modes in this car. You could adjust the suspension, you could adjust the steering, the engine tuning, and you could make it as soft as you want or as hardcore as you want. And that's what I love about this car. You can just press that N mode and it'll just come alive and become a totally different animal. Let's hear what it sounds like when we step on it. Pretty good. Maybe I need to switch mode first to N. There it is. The sounds kind of changed. I don't know how much of that is manufactured. And you hear the loud pops. Still has that new car smell. Just smell that formaldehyde. It's very nice. It's intoxicating. 6-speed manual transmission with the lockout ring. Touchscreen, which is nice. I like their Hyundai infotainment system. It's very simple. Nice screen. It seems to be more updated because it seems zippier than my 2017 Hyundai Tucson. Simple buttons, of course. Lots of plastics. This is the Hyundai DNA, of course. This is how they save money. One thing to note that people have complained about is this armrest, because it's kind of like in the way of shifting, but not really. I think it's okay. Traditional handbrake, which is nice. Cup holders, simple. Again, not a lot of cubby holes. Then there's the blue seat belts, and I'm not sure how long this is going to stay clean, but kind of cool. This is the performance blue color. All the seats are cloth. It's got the N stitching over here. I kind of prefer cloth seating because I think that they're going to last a little bit longer than leather. Also, sometimes leather cracks, especially in the areas where you kind of climb in, kind of like these side bolsterings and over here, which also the side bolstering on these things are really nice, and it reminds me a lot of my 2006 Mitsubishi Evo. That's their Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, and that had Recaro seating, and it was fantastic. As you can see here, I'm on the passenger side, and doors on the right side. Functional, and a single door on the driver's side. A bigger door, of course, so that it's easier for the driver to get in and out. And the back hatch, this is a hot hatch after all. Good amount of room back here, enough for all of our gear. That's my drone stuff. Yeah, so seats fold down. You could fit tires back here. This thing just looks so good. Oh yeah, of course, the spoiler here, because I like spoilers. I'm a child. It's got the third brake light over here. Fancy. We got the lipstick up here. And also somewhat functional vents over here. And HID headlights and also LED daytime running lights. So overall, I'm in love. Oh, also, I like the side view mirrors, which are fairly small. Some modern cars, they just have mirrors that are larger and larger. This one's actually a much more svelte looking design. I like that a lot. It's also blacked out, so it kind of blends in with the profile of the car a little bit. It doesn't really stick out. So why did I buy the Hyundai Veloster N? Well, that's because of a fairly long story, but I'll try to keep it as concise as possible. But 2 years ago on this channel, I bought my first project car, and that was the 2013 Subaru BRZ. And if you're interested in seeing that saga, please click the link up here. But long story short, bought that car, it was used, high mileage, and 6 days later, it broke down. So it was a love-hate relationship, but towards the end, it was pure love, and it was such an amazing car to have. I got into the sport of autocrossing because of that car, and learned a lot about driving, learned a lot about vehicle dynamics, and again, it was such a great car, and it was a budget car, and I just loved the looks of it. And I ended up selling that because the channel as a whole wanted to kind of shift focus and more concentrate on some of the Volvos that we were building. So I ended up getting a 2005 Volvo S60R, which I also ended up autocrossing. But towards the tail end of that, we were changing our focus a little bit because we were getting more involved into doing reviews for press cars. So if you want to watch any of our review videos, please click the link down below. But I'm very lucky to be able to review cars on a weekly basis, and they just drop off cars every week, every once in a while, and I just get to drive them and make videos for you guys. But I ended up selling the Volvo because I basically didn't have enough time to work on the Volvo and also work on the press cars to create all these videos for this channel. So I ended up selling the Volvo. But I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks later where I was like, I need something that's going to be fun to daily drive, because some of these press cars that I get are insanely boring, and I just needed something that will take my breath away, and I'm just going to have so much fun owning and driving and also modifying. The reason why I chose the Veloster N over other cars is because of autocross. Now, I mentioned earlier that Subaru BRZ is the car that got me into autocross, and I just am in love with the sport because it's so much fun and it's such a camaraderie at the autocross course with all the other racers and drivers. Such a great community, and you can learn so much from each other, and you get to spend a day driving your car, learning a lot about it, and it's just a great time, and I miss that a lot. So I wanted to get back into it, especially for this year. So I'm really excited about that. Now, why didn't I get the Civic Type R? Because that's clearly the better autocross car for the class that I'm competing in. In the end, I'm just not in love with the Civic Type R. And also, I think that it looks a little too crazy, whereas this is a little bit more subtle. Even though it has lipstick on the front and red trim on the side, it still looks kind of crazy, but it's not as crazy as the Civic Type R. And I didn't want the WRX STI because I feel like everyone drives those and it's not that interesting anymore. Whereas this just came out 2 years ago, and not a lot of people are driving these. I decided to go with this because this is basically, from the factory, a pretty insane car to have. So there you have it. That's my new Hyundai Veloster N. So we have 3 new cars on this channel. We've got the 2011 BMW M3 for Gregson, the 2015 Ford Mustang GT for Chad, and now the 2020 Hyundai Veloster N for me. 3 very different cars, Korean car here, and we've also got a German car and an American car. So lots of different content that we're going to make on this channel. I really hope you guys stick around. If you like this video, please consider hitting that like button. Also hitting that subscribe and notification bells so you can get notified anytime we make a new video. There's a lot of stuff going on this channel. Project cars. I'm going to take this autocrossing, so lots of autocross content. And also don't forget our press car reviews. If you guys watch them, that really helps us rank up in the algorithm, and it allows us to make more content for cars like this. So I really hope you guys stick around. Please subscribe. I'm going to wrap it up right there because I'm going on for a drive and really enjoy this thing. I need to break this in. And yeah, I'll see you next time.